was looking at different response videos on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And the perspective that people are holding about the whole situation and waiting for him to do his retaliation and come back and whatever. And I put a comment under some video, I've got to find it, and I basically said, I don't feel like Stormzy is going to retaliate or respond.
No.
I don't think he had any intention to respond. And it all seems like, to me, my perception of it is that now he's at a certain level, he can start an issue, but he doesn't have to actually complete it because he's at a higher plateau. He's like signed, he's making loads of money. So I think he did it to make Chip respond and to create all these diss tracks, because it's very old school, but he's now new school and don't have to do that. And I think he's done it on purpose to show him up. And that's what I was thinking. The person was like, no, that's not true. He's going to have a comeback soon, but I don't think so. Sorry, I don't. I think it's all very much mind games and just wanting something to happen, but he knew full well he weren't going to carry it forward. That's what I feel. I don't know what your views on that, but yeah, that's my interpretation of the whole situation.
I mean, what was it that made you kind of, I guess, go down the school of thought of he is where he is, and it was just to trigger Chip and get on with his life? Like, what was it specifically that made you think that?
All right. There's a saying, I'm not sure how accurate this saying is. Maybe you can help, like, guide me. But it's a thing that my mum always tells me, that they want you to be great, but not they want you to be good, but not better than them. I think is what it is. And it's like, I know that Chip, in terms of battle rapping and like going head to head with people, is really good. And I feel like he would kill Stormzy. That's my opinion. That's what I've always felt. But I feel like because Chip was signed on a big label and then it kind of came and it got dropped or whatever, I feel like Stormzy rubbing it in his face a bit and be a bit like, well, I'm still signed, I'm doing really well and you're not. And I feel like that's what he did, like kind of took him out of his burrow and then like pushed him back down there again. And I feel like in the world at the moment, there's a lot of that whole competition, which looks friendly and looks fun, but it's not. Where people, they want you to do good, but not better than them. And that could be your friends in your circles that you deem as being your brothers and sisters who want you to do good, and they say they do and they support you, but on the sidelines, they're not for you. And that's all I think about. The whole situation makes about a bigger picture about who do we have in our circles right now, and who do we have that's working on our side, who we think's on our side, or who respects what we do, but secretly are our secret hater, who want us to fall, who don't want us to get up. And I'm sure you two can both relate to that on your journey, the different things you've tried to do. And people have been there saying, you're great, but then down the line, you may have found out they were never for you. Because I know them two were not friends, but they used to get on and talk and whatever. And down the line, something's happened. And I feel it's much deeper in entertainment. I think relationships have got severed in a more personal way behind the scenes. But make it all fun and glamorize it because it's like entertainment value. But deep down, things go on behind the scenes that no one knows or sees. And I feel like we can all relate to that, entertainment or outside of that. We all have that situation where we have people for us who we think are for us, but they want us to fall and they want to show us up. So and it's about being careful about those people around us.
Do you think, sorry to like butt in, but it's just because something you said made me think. You said that obviously it looks like it goes deeper than music. Do you think that video that was circulating of Stormzy showing up at, don't know, Chipmunk's house or girlfriends or wherever that was, with whoever that was talking in the background, do you feel that maybe that, like, what's your view on that situation? Because I have a view on it, but I'd be curious to know what yours is. And yours as well, Fabs.
I don't know. I mean, I want to hear your views first, and let me see if we're on the same page on this. I've got a view on it, but yeah, I feel like let me show it after. You go.
Fabs or myself? Or?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the with this situation is a bit close to home because I actually know the real reason why there's a little passer. I don't think it's my place to say here, but I have heard directly from someone right next to both of them the reasons and stuff. But I'll give you some background. It's really like as someone comes up in the music industry, there's always going to be someone that supersedes. People have to understand someone like Chipmunk has been doing this since like 12, 13, 14 years old. Yep. And he has been one of our biggest exports. He's had an international #2 tune with Chris Brown, one of the biggest songs of that year when it came out. You know, he's been overseas. He's done tunes with Meek Mills and all these different people, and he's reached that kind of pedestal. Yeah. But then what happens is he's been in the game a long time. Yep. You know, what maybe 15 years plus years. And then someone comes in the game who's been in the game probably about 5 years, and then they supersede everybody in the scene. And then they get to the place where they're actually headlining Glastonbury, you know. So to headline, remember, the headline Glastonbury off one album has never been done before, you know. So that goes to show that Stormzy's come in and he's really kicked down all the doors. A lot of doors that a lot of these rappers and MCs hadn't done beforehand. Not because they couldn't, it's just that it's a different time. With that said, the game is very competitive, and I know Stormzy has said some lyrics like the best in grime and rap. Yep. And that was what I would say personally was Chipmunk's position, because Chipmunk was good in grime and rap, and probably the best in both. You know, who actually does both types of music. So I think there's a lot of peer ego situations and stuff there. Okay. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. In terms of the visiting of the house, I do know why that happened. I'm not going to delve into that here because I don't want the hate to get really Joe. But I do. You know, from what I was told. I mean, to be fair, I don't know why that happened. Let me just clarify. I don't know why that happened, but I was told the reason why it happened. So I don't know what was going through Stormzy's mind. But all I want is whatever happens with this situation, I believe Chipmunk has thrown some really heavy shots in terms of the tracks. But I believe that, like what Sash saying in terms of Stormzy retaliating, I don't know if he will as well. I don't actually know if he will. I don't think because he needs to. I guess sometimes when you don't retaliate, you kind of, it depends. It's a bit like the whole Drake Pusha T battle, isn't it? Like Drake had some real serious bars, but he said, you know what, he spoke to a few OGs, said I'm going to leave it. And it's kind of, and now Drake's kind of the big artist, you know. I mean, but let's be honest, Drake's always going to be the big artist, compared to anybody. Yeah. But I think Stormzy's, but he's not going to, the thing about Stormzy's going to reply, but he's not going to reply now. He's 100% going to reply. That's, he's not going to but he's going to reply in his way, maybe when he's got a project coming or when he's got something happening or, but he's definitely going to reply. Not now though, but he's 100% going to throw something the way of Chip.